Today I'm going to be talking about the Zhiyun CX100 and why a lot of YouTubers, in my opinion, fail to make an honest review, because quite frankly, this light is absolute garbage and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Now, I'm not trying to stir the pot, talk shit, or get under anybody's skin specifically, but there's been a recent movement on the YouTube space just about creators doing honest reviews and not saying anything and everything the brand wants just to maybe get a product in trade and, if you're lucky, a little bit of a cash payout. I think it's important as creators and educators on this platform that we do our due diligence. We be honest. If something's garbage, say it. That's the whole point of a review. And if you have different brands breathing down your throat, controlling what it is that you need to say, I'm sorry, I would rather pass that up, like I've sent product back to brands in the past because I simply couldn't do the review. If there's something I don't believe in, I'm not going to review it, and if you want me to, I'm going to let my viewers know it's absolute garbage, just like this light right here. Now, first things first, the reason why I'm making this video is because almost every day I see countless videos of the same product on its launch, known as those embargo videos, and I get it. You want the influencer UGC style content out there promoting your product. However, my issue is, a lot of YouTubers teaching the filmmaking stuff on this platform are just that. Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, I'm not coming at you, but don't you want an industry professional that's going to put a product through its paces, reviewing that product as well? I understand the play here. You have a creator with a massive following and influence that could push some units. However, I also feel like industry professionals like Gaffering Gear, who does great lighting reviews and breakdowns on the products, should also get their hands on it consistently. You got your influencers that are going to push the product, and then real professionals that are going to put it through its paces, not someone doing a talking head video in a controlled environment for a couple hours. To me, that's just not how you test a product. You want the durability, you want the real-time case studies on set when you're using a product. Does it slow you down? Does it speed up your workflow? Is the color accuracy out of this light correct or accurate? There's just so many things I want to hear from industry professionals when it comes to using products like this than your average person sitting inside their home talking about the product and covering the features. I could read that off the spec sheets. I want to see it put through its paces. Now, Zhiyun, about a year ago, had released this guy right here. It's the Molus x100, and recently they dropped the cheaper version, the CX100. Now, they try to push these as professional lights, and in my opinion, which I'll get to in a moment why I don't think these are professional lights, we're gonna go over how this one, in my opinion, is usable for a lot of my stuff, but how this one, I wouldn't even consider it using it for talking head situations like this one. Now, at a first glance, these lights do look very similar. They're sleek, they have a battery pack that powers the unit, or you can run DC or USB Type-C power to it consistently. We have our fan, we have our LEDs right here, we have our control knobs. I mean, from the outside looking in, it does look like a very similar light, if not almost identical. However, they're very different, and let me talk to you about why. Now, just because I'm a DP doesn't mean I don't own any lights myself. I have over 30 lights in my kit, from 720s, multiple 500s. Above me right now, I'm using a 4x2 flex light. I have a ton of different lights because not only do I like DPing, but I love shaping light myself and experimenting with different types of lights. Now, what I look for to make a light more or less a professional light for a standard is bicolor now. It's 2024, we need to have bicolor. No one wants to be using gels anymore. But the real critical thing that neither of these lights have is that green and magenta shift. Now, I really wish these lights had green and magenta shift because some of you may not be familiar, but as you're going through the Kelvin spectrum with that nice curve, these brands try to keep the lights as color accurate as possible. But when we use light meters on set, we notice that when we get down to about 2700 Kelvin, there's usually a green and magenta shift on a lot of different professional lights. And when we're using that light meter, we can know how much green or magenta to push or pull to get that perfect 2700 Kelvin. That's why I feel like these aren't that professional. Another thing I'm looking for is DMX controlling so that we can control our lights in the scene, have them synced up to do different things at different times, stuff like that. Now I know this is a little light, maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I don't want you guys to call this a professional light when us industry professionals simply can't get what we're looking for out of it. Do the lights work? Yeah, they do. And I like the Molus X100. It's perfect for traveling. I have multiple of them. When I need to do interviews that only require 100 watts, this light is perfect. It's got an LED screen that lets me know what my Kelvin's at and what my output strength's at. And these knobs have a nice little tactile feel as you turn them. Here's where the CX100 suffers. Because this light is cheaper, they remove the LED screen and the ability to remove the battery pack. No big deal, not the end of the world. However, these knobs are very, very, very loose. They can get knocked, like a little bit of touch and they're spinning. My issue is when I go from 0% output and I start to turn it ever so slightly, maybe 5–10%, the light just kicks on. And I don't trust that this light at 10% is the same output power as this light. You could see it when you use them. This one is dimmer, this one's brighter. So if you're looking to fine tune or recreate lighting, say on day 2 of your production, there's really no way to know because all we have are these little markers with paint and you kind of just turn the dial and you're not getting that, like from a professional standpoint, an accurate definitive number in which you're landing at. And to me, that just kind of ruins the whole point of a professional light. Now, if you want to be a content creator and just do talking head videos, say inside your room, throw a little softbox on it, not that tiny one, because we all know the bigger the softbox, the softer the light, the better quality of light that's hitting the subject. However, you know, it's usable. I personally just think there's better lights on the market for the same price point that's gonna give you a little bit more out of it. I'm just bringing up valid points in which someone like myself would not consider either of these lights professional, quote unquote, and for brands to be wanting us creators to be saying stuff like that, I simply wouldn't. I would just have to say, I could use this light for certain situations, no problem, because this one, aside from the green and magenta shifts that they both lack, at least I know what output and definitive Kelvin range I'm at. With this one, it's kind of a guesstimation where you have to use a light meter and it's just slowing you down on set. So like I said, neither of them are really, in my eyes, professional. The Molus X100 is definitely usable for a lot of different things, but it's also limited. So something works but isn't meeting expectations like this guy, just say that. It's a great light, the quality of it's nice, it doesn't feel cheap. These knobs to me are just a little bit gimmicky because of how much plays in them and how you really can't get that definitive accuracy of the number or Kelvin or output power that you're looking for. It's really just that simple, and I don't think by me saying that, I'm kind of just tired of seeing their products and embargo videos hitting my feed by like 50 different filmmakers or content creators, YouTubers, whatever you want to call us, because a lot of people that do this are just that, like I mentioned, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to make your paycheck, you want to get your affiliate links, that's cool. Just be real, just be honest with us and don't bullshit us, and that's really it. I think moving forward as a community, we need to band together. We need to put our foot down. Just because we want a free product, I'd rather buy something, test it out for myself, and let you guys know if it's garbage or not, than just doing it in trade for a product. Like, my time is way more valuable than doing a review for a trade for a couple $100 light, even $1,000 light. So let's start getting real on this platform. Maybe it's because I'm from the East Coast, like New York, we don't bullshit, but I'm just tired of it. I have nothing but love for my homies and all my friends on this platform that do a lot of YouTube videos and reviews and are full-time YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that. let's just set a standard for ourselves to be a little bit more honest about the products that we're reviewing, the brands we're collaborating with, and if we think something's garbage, fuck it, just say it. Now don't get me wrong, we need gear reviews. The consumer wants to know whether the product's good or bad, however, we just need to be honest. It's that simple. If you have an issue with the product, I know a lot of these things that we get are pre-released and have some quirks to them, but if there's something that's a concern, tell the company, let the viewers know. I really want to know how you guys feel in the comments below when it comes to, that Monday morning seeing 30 thumbnails of the same product. Does it get annoying? Are there certain creators that you are drawn to because the quality of their content and reviews are at your standard? Let me know. I'd love to hear it as I plan to do more reviews moving forward. However, they're going to be either brutally honest or I'm paying money out of pocket to do the review, so there's no reason why I can't say whether it's a pass or it's a cop. That's simple. Your boy Jason Anthony here, always trying to be honest with you guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.